This is week 2 drama improvisation video log. This week, the first thing we were doing was recap what we'd learnt last week. So, what the 5 rules were: so, make your partner look good, don't throw away chances, tell a story, and so the others, some techniques: don't block your partner, always add in info, you don't have to be funny, no pointless jokes, you get to establish a location. And how I'd apply that to a tour guide with the status and power is, you need to have, if you're being a tour guide, you need to have the status within the situation, otherwise you're going to look like a fool. So you need to try and keep hold of the status and the power. You're going to be interacting with the people you're taking on the tour, so your improvisation is going to be key for that. And also, I'll need to be spontaneous, and expect the unexpected. So after recapping on status and the rules and techniques and stuff, we had to go into a little scenario where we were sat on a park bench, and we have to portray a status to an audience. Either keep your status throughout it, or put a change in. And a change is really important, I think, to an improvisation piece, because if there's no changes in the status or the power, it's not going to be very interesting at all. It's just going to be boring and it's going to die. So what I did, which I unfortunately didn't video, I walked in all happy, whistling, waving to people I knew in the park, sat down confidently, got my paper out, was reading that confidently. So during that time I had the highest status, because I was in control of the situation, I was confident, I knew what I was doing. But then, unfortunately, a bird pooed on my shoulder, and that instantly I lost all power, I lost all status, because I've been pooed on. It's embarrassing. So then I had to look, try and wipe it off, and then I was frustrated. I just walked off because I'd lost all the status. There was just no point. Well, there was a point, but I'd lost status. So that was my change in that. And after that, we went on to another exercise in pairs. I was with Leah, and Katie gave us a script of a Sir and Smith. So at first we had to do it all, one of us higher, one lower, and I was Sir. So at first I was all higher. I was relaxed in my chair, confident, eye contact with Smith all the time, wasn't shying away. But then Katie said we had to put a change in. So what I tried to do was, I was higher at first, confident, asking Smith to come in, and then when I had to push the newspaper across the desk, that's when my status started to lower. I was a bit apprehensive and not nervous, but no, actually, apprehensive is probably the right word. And also, we can't employ anyone with a criminal record. My status was also low there, as I was like sad about it, because there was nothing I could do. I didn't have the power to change that. It was just, I had to do it. But the thing that didn't work with ours was because that as I was offering the changes, Leo wasn't taking them. So we didn't really bounce off each other. It didn't quite work. But that's all a learning curve, and it happens sometimes. But it was good to do. I enjoyed that. So after that lesson, my strengths were changing the status in the scene. Also, not blocking people, taking the chances I'm given. An area to develop would probably adding information myself. I think I need to work on that because I don't feel like as if when I'm doing my improvisation pieces I'm adding enough information. And relating that to my tour guide character, I'm going to have to deal sometimes with the change in status, and I'm going to need to be aware of how to get my status back up, get into a higher status. So yeah, that was Improv week 2.